दीनबंधु प्रभु की जय। विष्णु कृष्ण प्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांता स्वामी निति नमस्ते सरस्वते गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशकारिणे सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी गौरा भक्त हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे राम हरे राम राम Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare
दीनबंधु प्रभु की।
हरे कृष्णा
हरे कृष्णा
हरे कृष्णा
हरे कृष्णा
कृष्णा कृष्णा
कृष्णा कृष्णा
हरे हरे
हरे
हरे राम
हरे राम
हरे राम
हरे राम
राम राम
राम राम
हरे हरे
हरे हरे।
Let us welcome his grace Dinabandhu Prabhu with three loud and enthusiastic Hari Bol. So how many have a desire of leaving your body in Vrindavan? Can you lift your hand?
हरि बोल।
We can leave it tonight. Because Sadhu carries Vrindavan with him and Dinabandhu Prabhu is from Vrindavan. So you have exactly 2 hours to leave your body. Very good. So, quick introduction to Dinabandhu Prabhu. Dinabandhu Prabhu was born in Los Angeles, in California, and Prabhuji joined the Krishna consciousness movement in Boulder, Colorado in 1969. He met Srila Prabhupada in 1970 and in Los Angeles, where he got initiated. And Prabhuji opened the first temple in Dallas, Shri Radha Kalatunji. One of the biggest temples, an amazing
We
congregation.
just had the downstairs of a duplex, and we have only a picture of Govardhan Hill. So that was Govardhan College.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, we would like to hear your pastimes with Prabhupada and how you opened the temples. That is really something we want to hear. We can give some light on that. Prabhuji is the president of Portland Temple from 1972 to 1978. And Prabhuji moved in 1980 to Colombia and he preached in Spanish. And in 1984, Prabhuji moved to Vrindavan, 1984. And in 1986, he was appointed as the president of Krishna Balram Mandir for 3 years and 3 months. Around 1988, Baba Madhav Das approached Prabhuji to take over the restoration of project of Vrindakund. How many have gone to Vrindakund in Vrindavan? How many have not gone to Vrindavan? Lift your hand. You all can take some personal loan and go attend him. Most important thing to do. And please go to Vrindavan. Vrindavan is a beautiful place. Among various other significant projects in Vrindavan, Dinabandhu Prabhu has helped in restoring the Samadhi Mandir of the great saint Srila Sanatana Goswami. And Prabhuji has also been very active supporter to restore the sacred river Yamuna in Vrindavan. Whoever he comes across, he humbly invites them to come to Vrindavan and have darshan of all holy places. And personally, many of us who went on yatras, we have heard Prabhuji, and I personally have heard Prabhuji in Vrindavan when he gave an amazing talk on Lord Krishna's pastimes, and it's very fortunate that we have Prabhuji here. It's not only the mercy of Srila Prabhupada coming here directly in the form of Prabhuji who has come here, who was so instrumental in pleasing Srila Prabhupada in opening such big projects like Dallas, Kalachunji, and even running the Krishna Balram temple. And so many, I'm sure, challenges Prabhuji would have taken for pleasing Srila Prabhupada and for giving us the facility which we are all enjoying today. when we go to Vrindavan, when we go to Dallas, when we go to so many places, and including, Prabhuji was just saying, just now he was telling that he met a devotee in Boulder, and he was from Iran, and Prabhuji just told him to give him some service of putting the donation coins into, for depositing in the bank, put all the pennies, put all the quarters, then put in different lots and then do it. And with that service, he got inspired, and then he joined in New York temple, he got initiated, and maybe Prabhuji, I forgot his name. Akshay Rishi. Akshay Rishi Prabhu he became. You can see with the touch of Prabhuji how it can. I mean, that's so amazing that we in this generation are still having access to the direct disciples who traveled with Srila Prabhupada. And Prabhuji, our only association to Prabhupada is when great souls like you come here and share how you experienced it. So we would like to hear some of your pastimes and those big challenges if you want to share in terms of opening temples and maintaining these big temples against all odds. So let us welcome once again with at least three tubelights of light should fall. That is the target. Should be so loud. Three loud enthusiastic Haribol. Dinabandhu Prabhu ki. Prabhupada ki. Go Premanande.
jumping up and down and chanting. We used to do like that. So Prabhupada was coming to LA, so all the temples on the West Coast came. So we must have had, 200, 250 devotees. And, 5 Mridangas, 50 kartals. We went right inside LAX, Bam, 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 bam. Nowadays, if you try to take a bandana and say, what's inside, bomb? Oh, what's this kartal? This is dangerous weapon. But we used to go just like that. 300 devotees were there almost, and we're jumping up and down and chanting and dancing. And everybody came to see what was going on. So some person came, nowadays to make him feel nice, we call him sanitation engineer. Means the mopper who's mopping the floor. Now you don't need a university degree to mop the floor. So he was a very simple fellow. And he was so black, he made the nighttime look like daytime. Very simple guy. You can understand. But he couldn't see anything. All the devotees were jumping up and down. Finally, Prabhupada came out of the plane. All the devotees hit the floor. Boom. And everybody saw. Now you may be very proud of your English, but this type of English spoken by these type of people, you won't understand. Look, that man, he's shining. He's shining. Look, that man, he's shining. He's shining. Look, that man, he's shining. You understood?
Look, that man is shining.
Huh? Look at that man, he's shining. He's shining. Look, that man, he's shining. He's shining. So simple little guy, but he became so purified, he saw that Prabhupada was shining. So we got the proof of this verse. Huh? So after we get the mercy of the Vaishnava, then we want to get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda. Because first we have to approach the spiritual master. Just like in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Tadvini pranipatayana pariprasnena sevaya. So he says pariprasnena. When we approach the spiritual master, we should not just prashan, but pariprasnena. All your questions should be answered. Prabhupada said, blind following is condemned. We don't want blind followers. All the questions that are in your heart, you should present before the spiritual master. All the doubts in your heart. You shouldn't be afraid of doubts. Because doubts are the food for our faith. What did I say? Doubts are the food for our faith. Because if we have a doubt, and we approach our spiritual master or a senior Vaishnava, and we get that doubt satisfied, then our faith increases. So doubts are the nourishment for our faith. To get all our doubts satisfied. And not just we just ask questions and tata, see you later. No, pariprasnena seva. We have to do service. Out of gratitude, spiritual master is giving us transcendental knowledge. Out of gratitude, we want to render service. Just like Madan Mohan Malviya, who founded the Benares Hindu University, he came to visit Srila Bhaktisiddhanta. So you would think such a great personality has come, he would be attended to immediately. Bhaktisiddhanta told him, look, I'm busy right now. You sit with the boys in the temple room who are polishing the brass, and after a few minutes I will answer your questions. So second time he went to see Bhaktisiddhanta, he's still a little busy. You sit with those boys polishing the brass and I'll answer your question. So he's just sitting there, nothing to do, so he started also polishing the brass. Big gentleman. He's doing simple service, polishing the brass. Third time he went to Bhaktisiddhanta. Bhakti said, what is your question? He said, no question. All my questions are answered. Just by service, the questions are automatically become revealed within the heart. Because then the circuit is complete. Just like we study this light bulb, there's one line coming from the powerhouse, and there's one line going back, isn't it? Now we flip the switch, then the circuit is complete, the light comes on. We flip the switch, we break the circuit, the light goes out. So like that, we hear from this, we get knowledge from the spiritual master, and we render service to him, then the circuit is complete. We become bright. We see all the devotees are bright-faced. Huh? And we go outside, we say everybody's dull. Everybody's dull-faced. Huh? So circuit is complete. So, then from Spiritual Master we learn how we must take shelter of Lord Chaitanya, Nityananda. Just like when I joined, they didn't even have a temple. It was Janmashtami day. I was invited to come and then every day we were staying 15 miles outside of Boulder. What's that in kilometers? About 30 kilometers, 35 kilometers or something. In a real log cabin, not the cut wood, but like that, Real log cabin. Some hippies have said you could come and stay with us until you find a place to make a temple. And the hippies invited, said, you want to come? Tomorrow's Krishna's birthday. I said, Krishna's birthday? And we're going to fast till midnight. Midnight we have a 25-course vegetarian feast. Indian recipes. I was a cook, so that was fascinating. I was into the health, and I thought, well, fast, that'd be nice, fast. And 25-course Indian type of preparations, vegetarian, wow. Because those days we didn't know you were supposed to break with the falahar, Kadasi breakfast. We had the full-on rice, dal, chapati, sabji, not chapati, puri, kachori, samosa, everything. Right at the midnight, halava, sweet rice, right at the midnight. I don't know how we survived. This was way back in 1969. So then, every day we would get in this old beat-up pickup truck and drive along, because on one side the Rocky Mountains were coming up like that, and we drive along, and I'd be sitting in the bed of the pickup truck, and we would go to a park where I first met the devotees, and we'd have class, and during class, a couple of devotees would go around to the back of all the grocery stores. We would go inside. Because those days we didn't have any money, so, the bananas, they're got little brown spots on them. That means they're ready to eat, But the store can't sell them because people want to keep them for a few days. So a huge, 10 kilo boxes of bananas, they just throw out because they're ripe. So we would get those. Apples had little spots on them, so we would get a whole box of apples, and we just cut off the bad parts, and we get the eggplants got little freckles, the cauliflowers got little bugs. That's how we started this movement. Now we eat kaju and kishmish and everything. That's what we were cooking with, half-rotten eggplant and muggy cauliflower and potatoes were starting to grow a little white beard, so we washed them very carefully and cut them up. We're madly looking for a place to start a temple. So after class and breakfast, then we go into town and we chant, and then they would give me a bunch of Back to Godheads. I would go. There was a big University of Colorado at Boulder. So I used to wander around the campus trying to sell Back to Godheads. And the devotees would go to they would answer every ad in the newspaper about place to rent. They would go to every real estate agent, and they weren't finding any place. And then one day I was distributing books, Back to Godheads, and one fellow told me, I heard there's a place on Concord Street. I said, oh, great. I went back and I told the devotees, I met someone today. He says, there's a place for rent on Concord Street. Where's Concord Street? Forgot to ask. The devotees, they looked at me out of the corner of their eyes, all spaced out hippie. Hopeless case, What's the address? I didn't ask. Hopeless. Then the second day, somebody told me, I heard there's a place on Concord Street. I went back the second time. I heard there's a place on Concord Street. Where's Concord Street? Forgot to ask. What's the address? Forgot to ask. So third time, this big football jock came, our American type of football. And these guys never take magazines. But somehow he listened to me, and my the Sankirtan line always ended, we're looking for a place to rent so we can have a temple and distribute free feast on Sundays. He said, I heard there's a place on Concord Street. And I wasn't going to go back and have the devotees look at me funny. I said, where's Concord Street? He said, I don't know. Ask at a gas station. Because when I grew up, gas stations were all mom and pop operations, mother and father operations. And you knew everything. If you wanted to know the best hardware store, best sanitary store, best paint store, you went to the petrol pump. They would tell you everything. Nowadays, it's all self-service, you know. And there's some guy behind some bulletproof glass, you know. If you probably ask him a question, you push the button, you know. And anyway, he's from India. He doesn't know the town at all. So he said, oh, okay, why didn't I think of that, you know? And he said, what's the address? Well, if it's for rent, must be a sign out front, right? Why didn't I think of that? So I went back and I told the devotees, this is the third time, very auspicious. I learned early in Krishna consciousness, we only have 3 or 4 adjectives. Auspicious, blissful, and ecstasy. Ecstatic. I said, very auspicious, third time. Somebody told me Congress Street. So where's Congress Street? He said, no. He said, we could ask at a gas station. What's the address? He didn't know. He said, but it's the rent, must be a sign out front, right? So now they have to listen to me because they've been to every ad, they've been to every real estate agent, they can't find any place. And at that time, it came in the newspaper, there was 600, because it was September in America means school starts. There was 600 students in Boulder looking for a place to stay. So we were in competition with 600 students. Boulder's not a big place, you know. And we look weird. So anyway, we went to the gas station. We asked the guy, where's Concord Street? Oh, it's a funny little street. It doesn't cross Broadway. Because everything crossed Broadway. We'd seen all the street, never heard of Concord Street. And you go up to Sunset Street, you go down 3 blocks, then you make a right, and you go over 1 block, and then 3 blocks long, there's a little street called Concord Street. Okay. So we went there, we drove up and down. We didn't see any for rent signs, but we saw a house that looked empty. So one lady was pushing her stroller, so we stopped and asked her. She said, well, I don't know, but the landlord is in the corner. It's been empty for a while. So we went up to we drove up to in front of the house. Then they left me inside the pickup truck, because I had hair all over the place like this. They didn't want the guy to see me. And Bhavananda, he didn't have a dhoti, but he had yogi pants and a kurta, and he had, you know, quite a bit of hair. He still has a secret, he had quite a bit of hair. And Palika was in a sari. And they went in, and I was left in the pickup truck. And I started praying, oh Krishna, you please get at this place. We've been everywhere, we can't find anything. Then I remember the devotee said, you can't go to Krishna directly. You have to go first through Radharani. So I was praying to Radharani. Then I remember they said, you can't go to Radharani directly. You have to go through Lord Chaitanya. So then I was praying. Then I remember they said, you can't go to Lord Chaitanya directly. You got to go through Lord Nityananda. So I was praying to Lord Nityananda. Then I remember they said, actually, you can't go to them directly either. You got to go through Prabhupada. So I was praying. Then I heard some guys were there, Jai and Vijay, and somebody named Nard Muni. I was praying to all of them. And they came out of the house, and the guy rented the house to us. When we moved in, the next door neighbor, he said, you guys have somebody up there. Because this summer, not less than 100 people came by to rent that house. And he rented to you, and you guys look funny. You must have somebody up there. What happened was he was an all-rounder. He was a carpenter, he was a painter, he was an electrician. He worked for a company that bought old houses and fixed them up. So he's planning to retire. He bought this house, and he's planning on retiring, then fixing it up, and dividing it into apartments and renting it out to the students like everybody else in Boulder does. But just that day that we came, he was a mudha, you know, an ass. And I don't know if they do it in India, but in America we used to put a stick on the ass's head and put a carrot on the end, and the ass just runs after that carrot all day long. Anyway, they put a bigger carrot on the end of the stick. They offered him a raise. So then just that moment when the devotees came, he had decided he's not going to retire. He's going to go after that more money. But he won't have time to fix up that house. So he'll just rent it out like that. And the devotees walked in, and that was 533 East Concord Street. That was the first temple in Boulder. So anyway, for Lord Chaitanya, we have very beautiful bhajan. Now most of our bhajans about Lord Chaitanya, they're all in Bengali. Most all of our bhajans, but even especially about Lord Chaitanya. But this one's not in Bengali, it's in Brij Bhasha, the language of Braj. So you can look on your devices for Sundar Alala. Some places have it as Sundar Bala, but my Hindi book says Sundar Alala, and I always heard it Sundar Alala. A very beautiful Braj bhajan, but raga.
Sundar Lala.
Yes, Sundar Lala. Sometimes they write it Sundar Bala, it isn't the same thing. Anyway, you'll learn in 2 seconds. Sundara Lala Sachidu Lala Nataka Sri Hari Kirtana Me Sundara Lala Sachidu Lala Nataka Sri Hari Kirtana Me Bolo Sundara Lala Sachidu Lala Nataka Sri Hari Kirtana Me Balle Chandana Kilaga Manohara Alaga Jove Puraname Balle Chandana Kilaga Manohara Alaga Jove रहे राधा कृष्ण नाम कोई गावत रहे हरि गुण बजाता है कोई रंग Shri Sacinandana Gaura Hari Sundara Lala Sachi Dulala Nachata Sri Hari
कीर्तन में
So 500 years ago when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, he was very, very beautiful, Sundar. But he was not Sham Sundar like our deities in Vrindavan or Radha, Sham Sundar. He was Gaur Sundar. Gaur Sundar. Sundara Lala. In Braj, when we went to call a little boy, we say, "Oh Lala, come here Lala, Aja Lala." Huh? If we went to call a little girl, we say, "Oh Lali, Aja Lali, come here Lali." Huh? So he was a very beautiful boy, Sundar Lala. And whose boy was he? Just like 5,000 years ago, when Bhagwan Brajendanandan Sham Sundar came on this earth, his mother's name was Yasoda. So we call him Yasoda Nandan or Yasoda Dulala. So 500 years ago, when Lord Chaitanya appeared, his mother's name was Sachi Mata. So we say Sachi Nandan or Sachi Dulala. And he appeared underneath the neem tree. So he got the name Nimai. And he was born on the Falgun Purnima night. But 5,000 and almost 38 years ago, coming up, on that Falgun Purnima night, which is called Holy Purnima, there was Chandra Graha, moon eclipse. Now we heard moon eclipse is very inauspicious. So why Mahaprabhu was born on a moon eclipse? Actually, especially in Bengal, when there's moon eclipse, people go to the holy bank of the Ganga, they take bath and they chant very loudly, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So just at that time when the whole world was roaring with the holy name, Nimai made his appearance. Just to indicate what was his future mission. But on one lecture I heard Prabhupada explain, there's other reason why there was moon eclipse that night. Because what do we call the moon in Sanskrit? Chandra. Chandra, huh? And we just heard Lord Chaitanya's one name is Gaur Sundar, his another name is Gaura Chandra. So Prabhupada explained, when such a beautiful golden moon of Lord Chaitanya was appearing, then that ordinary Chandra, he was embarrassed. He hid his face. Out of charm, out of shame, he hid his face. Therefore there was moon eclipse. So Sundara Lala Sashidu Lala, Nachata. Now we know Lord Shiva, he's known as Nataraj, the king of dance. But this is a Sanskrit word, Nata, very harsh, Nat. But our Brij-Bhasa language is very sweet, komal, soft language. So we say Nach, he's dancing. And where he's dancing? In the Shok Hotel. In the disco dance club. Nachata Sri Hari Kirtana. Because in this dark age of Kali, this is the recommended process for God realization, chanting very loudly and very enthusiastically. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So Nachata Sri Hari Kirtana. And this is not that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu invented something new. This is according to Shastra, because we have to follow Shastra. Shastra comes from the word Shastra, to guide. Shastra is there to guide us back to the lotus feet of Krishna. So we all know that very famous verse in Brihad Naradiya Purana. What is that? Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Eva Kevalam. The three times it says, Harinam, 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 chanting the holy name, chanting the holy name, chanting the holy name. So Prabhupada says when something's emphasized that or repeated, that's to emphasize it. And then it says Nasteva, Nasteva 3 times. No other way, no other way, no other way. 3 times emphasized. And people will say, well, that's very narrow-minded. You're saying there's no other way, there's narrow-minded. Actually, this is intelligence. Just like when we're sick, we go to Hyderabad. I discovered, I never knew. I saw every third building is a hospital, clinic.
All sick people.
Skin care, hair care, dental clinic. Anyway, we go to the medical, we're sick, we go to the medical, do we go to the medical shop and say, give me some medicine, I'm sick. What medicine you want? They're all nice medicines, give me anything, I'm sick. Do we do like that? That's not very intelligent, is it? We go to the doctor, he gives us a prescription, and then we go to this is the medicine that's appropriate for your disease. All are nice medicine, but this one will work for you. Just like little children, do you like to take medicine? No, you like to take medicine? So what did the companies do? They put sugar all over it so the children will take it. But suppose I'm suffering from diabetes. That medicine will be poison for me. It's wonderful medicine recommended by doctors, approved by the government, but for me it's poison. I have to take the medicine according to my disease. So in this Kali Yuga, we're suffering from this Kali disease. Our hearts are covered with Kali Mal. Just like sometimes we sing that nice song. Jaimadava Madanagari, Keshava Kalimala Hari. Our hearts are covered with Kalima. But by singing all these songs, Keshava Madhava, Kalimala Hari, all that dust is taken out. So we're suffering from this Kalimal. So Shastra, because we have to follow Shastra. Just like one time, all the older gopis came to Madhya Yasoda to complain. It's called Ulana Lila, complaining Lila. That your Lala comes to our house and steals our dinner and what do you say, Perugu and Palu. And Mother Yasoda said, Arisaki, what do you think? In our house we don't have venom, Palu and My Pati Dev, Nanda Baba, he has 9 lakhs of cows. How much is 1 lakh? Do you know?
100,000. 100,000.
100,000. So 9 lakhs means almost 1 megabyte. These things are flowing in our house like a river. Why have go to someone else's house to steal? You have some praman? You have some evidence? You have some praman? Arisaki, you want praman. Okay. We'll bring your lala, mu me makan, and hot me makan. So the gopis, they got the best milk of Braj and turned it into yogurt. Because in Braj, we don't scrape off the cream and turn it into butter. We take the whole milk, turn it into yogurt, and then we turn it into butter. And I read one article that butter and ghee made from the yogurt produces the bad cholesterol. And that butter and ghee made from the yogurt, that produces the good cholesterol. Since you guys all worry about these things these days, I'm telling you, I read this article. So they made it into dahi, then they made it into yogurt. Made it into makan. And then they put that makan in a clay pot. And all around the mouth of the clay pot, they put little bells. If anybody moves this pot, all the bells move. And then they tied it to the rafters with a rope. And they put little bells all along the rope. Anybody tries to untie, all the bells will ring. And this fellow is very clever. He may try to use the ukkal to get up there. So they put little bells all around the ukkal. Anybody moves it, the bells will ring. What about Chaturhi? Maybe you'll come through the window. So all around the window they put tiny little bells. If he tries to come through the window, the bells will ring. So then they hid themselves. So Krishna, he's got some type of special radar, wherever there's nice, soft, fresh butter. Beep, 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 beep. He's sure to appear on the scene. So then he looked at the whole scene. All around the window is bells. On the ukkal there's bells. On the rope there's bells. On the pot there's bells. And he said, Are, who do these gopis think I am? Who do they think I am anyway? By my will, billions of universes come into existence. By my will, billions of universes are destroyed. Who do these gopis think I am anyway? What are these little bells? And he looked at all the bells, he said, Mat bajna, don't ring. So Krishna and all the cowboys, they came through the window, not a single bell rang. They brought the ukkal over underneath the pot, not a single bell rang. Krishna climbed up, he untied the rope, not a single bell rang. He brought that pot down, put the mouth towards him, not a single bell rang. He put his hand inside to eat all the vena. And every bell in the room began to ring. And all the gopis jumped out and said, "Ah, we got you. Now we have our praman, mu me makan and hot me." And Krishna became very angry. Are, I told you not to ring. You don't respect my word? You don't respect my word? Ribatni mandi. Ribatni mandi. And the bell said, Maharaj, which word should we respect? You told not to ring. And in Shastra it says, when Gopal takes boat, you have to ring the bell. The Shastra is just as good as, even better than Krishna's word. So, Mahaprabhu didn't invent anything new. This is according to Shastra. So after we get mercy of Guru, and we get mercy of Vaishnava, and we get mercy of Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda, then we can go to Braj. So just to take us to Braj, we have a very beautiful song. You can look on your devices. Braja Jana Mana. Shri Radhe Prajajanam Manna Sukha Khali Radhe Shama 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 Radhe Prajajanam Manna Sukha Khali Radhe Shama 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 Radhe Prajajanam Manna Sukha Khali Radhe Shama Shama Mono Kuttama Kala Krishna Kundala Jale Jandira Mono Kuttama Kala Krishna Kundala Jale Jandira Saranapura Rasala Radhe Shama Shama Sudaravana Kamalada Logana Pankitavahari Sudaravana Kamalada Logana Pankitavahari Mohanam Sindhi Hari Radhe Shama Shama Vrindavan mein dev jalave kohi janamanahari Vrindavan mein dev jalave kohi janamanahari Shri Radharani Radhe Shama Shama Sometimes, especially our Western devotees, they ask, why do you do like that? Jai Jai Sri Radhe Shyam. But there's actually Shastra Praman from this. Because sometimes we go someplace in Braj, what to speak of running water, there's not even hand pump. We still have hand pumps in Hyderabad. Sometimes there's not even hand pump. There's well. So to get and especially our Western devotees, and probably all these city wallahs from Hyderabad, you don't know the village technology. What's so difficult? You tie a rope around the bucket, you throw a bucket in the well and pull it out. So they do like that. They tie the rope around the bucket handle, they throw the bucket in the water, in the well, and the rope is going through the hands. You don't know the village technology. That's not how it's done. On the end of the rope, there's a knot. And you throw the bucket, and you hold onto the knot, and pow! Then you pull it up. So on a bucket, rope, everything going in the well. So we have to give 200 rupees to the ashram to buy a new bucket and rope. No, this happens sometimes. So every ashram has got a special rope with so many hooks on it. So you get something from a deep, dark place, and you need a hook. So they have so many hooks, they hook onto the handle of that bucket, and they pull everything out. So same way, this body is like a deep, dark well, but not full of water, full of pop. Not Coca-Cola 7-Up, sin. So we need a hook. So this Ra Akshar, he's just like a hook, especially this R in English, he's just like a hook. And according to Sangeet Shastra, when you say this sound, Ra, that sound goes down, right? You can feel it, huh? Ra. So we send that hook down and hook all of that pop. Then the next syllable is aspirated. Huh? Hey. So according to Sangeet Shastra, this sound goes up. Huh? You can feel it, huh? Hey. Then we say Sham. When you say this ma akshar, this becomes closed. Hmm? You hook all that pop, you take it all out, now bun. Don't let it come out. Now don't let it come back. So somewhere on the way here, excuse me, you're seeing a beautiful picture of the lady who was selling fruits. So we're reminded of that Leela. And from a great Vaishnava saint, I heard a very amazing rendition of that Leela. Because one time in Mathura, there was a very low caste lady. And in her youth, she lost her husband. No child, no husband, no one to look after her. So she used to go to the wholesale market and get some fruits, and then find some old wood and tie it together, somehow get to the other side of the river. And she would put all the fruits in a basket, and she would go village to village selling her fruits. And she's going along, calling out the names of her fruit. Kela, kela, banana, kela, kela, banana, save, apalapo, save, apalapo, santri, santri, orange, time basket, pina, time basket. And while she was going from village to village, she heard about this fellow named Nanda Maharaj. And Nanda Maharaj is the most beautiful son named Krishna. And he said, they described his beauty. He's just like a blue lotus flower and lotus petal eyes, curly black hair. And she developed a desire to see this boy. But somehow she never came to the village. Every day she gets some fruits, somehow get across the river and going village to village selling her fruits. But she kept hearing about him. The more she heard about him, the more attached to him she became. She became so attached just by hearing. That's why we called you here tonight, to hear some Harikatha. Just by hearing about Krishna, we become attached to it. She became so attached, she thought, if I don't see this boy, then what is the use of my life? So one morning, she made a very grave vow that if I don't see this boy, then I can give up my life. What is the use to go on living without seeing this? She's so attached just by hearing. So that day she got some fruits. She found some old banana trees and lashed them together. She got to the other side of the Jamuna. And somehow, by Krishna's grace, she entered the village of Gokul. And she was coming along. She thought she was singing the names of her fruit, but she was so absorbed in thinking about Krishna, she was singing the names of Krishna. Govinda Damodara Madhavi, Govinda Damodara Madhavi, Govinda Damodara Madhavi, Govinda Damodara Madhavi. She thought she was calling out the names of her fruit, but she was calling out the names of Nandalala. So, Prabhupada explains, when you chant Hare Krishna, then Radha Krishna go, oh, somebody is chanting our name. Put it on silent. Someone is chanting our name. That's just from our ordinary chanting. Prabhupada said the trick is we have to chant in such a way that Radha Krishna will go, oh, someone is chanting our name with such love. Let's go and see them. That's the trick. So, Krishna, he heard the Phalwali singing his name. He came running out of the palace, and he saw the Phal ladies coming, two ladies coming. And he saw how Nanda Baba never used money. I read an article that money has only been invented about 2,000 years ago. This is 5,000 years ago. Before, we used to barter. We all depended on one another, and we helped one another, and we traded things like this and that. We all lived peacefully and helped one another. Now we've invented money, and if somebody's got money, the hell with everyone else. So he went to the grain bin, and he grabbed some grains. But he's a little boy, he doesn't know, he can't hold very much, and he's not very expert at carrying. So the grains are slipping out here and there, here and there. So he got to the door. The Phal lady, because she's low caste, she wouldn't enter the palace, so she was sitting at the gate. And Lala came out, and he opened his hand, only 2 little grains are left. And she looked at this boy and she said, "This must be that son of Nanda. This must be him." And she said, "Lala, what do you want, Lala? Some fruit? So what do you have, Lala?" He showed the few little grains left in his mouth. And she said, "Lala, it doesn't matter. I will give you so many fruits. I will give you so many fruits. You just do one thing. You sit here in my lap, you look into my eyes, and you say, 'Bhaiya.'" And Krishna, he looked up the street, he looked down the street, he looked all around. Of course, Krishna doesn't care about the caste, creed, color, nation, nationality, anything of his devotee, but still, he's playing the part of the son of Nanda Maharaj, the king of Braj. What will people think if he sits in this low caste lady's lap? So he looked up the street. He looked all around. Then he jumped into her lap. He looked into her eyes and said, "Bhaiya." Then he jumped out. Then he jumped out. She was just seeing those beautiful little black eyes, staring with so much love in her eyes. She was just hearing that sound ringing in her ears, "Bhaiya." She just filled his arms with so many fruits. He's a little boy, he doesn't know how to carry properly. So many fruits, he's trying to balance everything. And he's just a little boy, he doesn't walk properly. He sort of waddles like this. So the last thing she saw, Krishna had tried to balance all these fruits in his arms, and he's waddling into the house. That was the last thing she saw. Then she picked up her basket, and she headed back to Jamuna. Govinda Namo Namadevi, Govinda Namo Namadevi. When she got to the bank of the Jamuna, she thought, "My basket's so heavy. I practically emptied it." And she took it down and she looked inside. There was jewels, rubies, diamonds, pearls, sapphires. One jewel was enough to buy all of Kansa's kingdom. So much opulence was there. Govinda Namo Namadevi, Govinda Namo Namadevi. Then she just remembered those 2 beautiful black eyes staring with so much love. That voice was ringing in her ears, "Bhaiya." And she thought, what is the use of all this? Huh? What is the use of all this wealth? She just threw that into the Jamuna. Govinda Namo Namadevi, Govinda Namo Namadevi. And she was just dancing down the bank of the Jamuna like a mad woman. Govinda Namo Namadevi, Govinda Namo Namadevi. She was never seen again. Govinda Namo Namadevi, Govinda Namo Namadevi. fire. Govinda Damodar Madhavedi, Govinda Damodar Madhavedi. So one day, maybe by the mercy of the Vaishnavas, or by the mercy of our Guru, by the mercy of the Vaishnavas, we'll also chant so sweetly the holy name of Krishna. Krishna will come and look into our eyes. Govinda Damodar Madhavedi, Govinda Damodar Madhavedi, Govinda Damodar Madhavedi, Govinda Damodar Madhavedi. So this Leela happened in Gokul. It was a very beautiful Leela in Gokul. Because on eastern bank of Jamuna, there's 5 forests. Bhadravan, Bandirvan, Belvan, Lohavan, and Gokul Mahavan. One forest has one name, Gokul or Mahavan. On the western bank, there's 7 forests, main forests. Madhuvan, Palavan, Kamudvan, Bahulavan, and one so far away is in Rajasthan, Kamivan, and one biggest forest, Vrindavan, and then one tiny little forest called Hidirvan. 7 and 5, 12 main forests of Vrindavan. So Gokul is on the eastern side. On the western side, there's a special forest named Bahulavan. And it's not far, 15-20 minutes from our town, very close. But if nobody's ever been to Bahulavan, you've been to Bahulavan. Couple of people. Anybody else? Bahulavan? It's tomorrow's Ekadasi, so this is our favorite story for Ekadasi. Is that Bahulavan? It became known as Bahulavan because there was one very pious cow there named Bahula. So it became known as Bahulavan. And Bahula was very, very pious cow. One day, she was very, very big and pregnant. And it was a Ekadasi. So she decided to do nirjala. We don't recommend this for the ladies that are pregnant. You shouldn't do nirjala. But anyway, she was very pious cow. She decided to do nirjala. So whole day and whole night, she didn't take one drop of water. The next morning, at Dwadasi morning, she gave birth to her calf. The whole night she didn't get, whole day and whole night, no drop of water. Now she just went through the trauma of childbirth. She was so thirsty. She didn't even feed that first milk to her calf. Because even the commercial dairies know that first milk is only meant, it's not meant for human consumption, it's only meant for the calf. It's filled with all kinds of vitamins and minerals and probiotics. We create antibiotics against life. But nature creates probiotics for life. So even though the commercial dairies are very interested in making money, they know they can't sell this. It's only for the cow. But without giving that milk, she ran out to find some water. So she came to the water hole. Now, if you watch the Discovery Channel, then you know that all the predators, where do they hang out? Where do they hide? Near the water hole. Okay? So she started to drink water, and suddenly this huge lion, and he got ready to pounce on her. And she bowed down before him and said, "Look, please, I didn't feed my first milk to my calf. Let me go feed my calf. I promise, cross my heart, hope to die. I promise, I'll come back. Please just wait." Now, lions, we know, are very, very ferocious. But somehow or other, we also have this idea that they're very noble. It's like Sri Prabhupada's Vyasa-san and the big lions. So he said, "All right, you go feed your calf. Meanwhile, I'll do my Facebook." So she went back to her calf and she was feeding her calf. And she was crying. And calf said, Mata, why are you crying, Mata? He said, Lala, this is last time I will see you. Why is that? Then she explained everything. He said, no, how can my mother die before me? You give me life, how can you die? I will go, you stay here. He said, no, Lala, I've already lived so many years, your life is just beginning, you stay here, I will go. No, how can my mother die in front of me? I will go, you stay here. So they were arguing. Then the cowherd boy came. The little Brahmin cowherd boy. So he heard the argument, and once he understood, he said, no, you've given me milk my whole life and nourished me. How can you die? I will go, you stay here. He said, no, you cared for me so sweetly, giving me nice grass and food and everything. No, you stay here, I'll go. No, how can my mother die? I will go. They were all arguing like this. We just see in previous ages how noble the type of character that people have. Nowadays, if something goes wrong, and we know we can get out of it somehow or another, okay, yeah, you better go. In America, we have one rishi named Murphy. And Murphy says, to err is human, but to blame it on someone else is more human. So they all three, they went to the lion. The lion, he's just expecting one. He looked up, there's three are there. And everyone saying, no, eat me, no, leave her, eat me, no, leave him, eat me. Like this. They were all saying, please eat me. And suddenly, Krishna appeared on the scene. And he played on his flute. As soon as he played on his flute, everyone realized their identity. Because what happened was in the Svargalok, one time there was two Gandharvas named Huhu and Haha. It's in the Shastra, Huhu and Haha. And they were doing some performance for the Devi Devatas. At that time, Parasar Rishi, accompanied by Narad Muni, appeared on the scene. So all the Devi Devatas, they stood up and showed respect, except for Huhu. The Parasar Rishi, he became very angry. Everybody showed us respect except for you. You have no right to be in heaven. You're just like an animal. You should go to the earth and become animals. And then Haha said, wait a minute. You're Trikalagya. You sit in meditation and see. We were busy doing our performance. So within our hearts, we performed our sastang pranams. So the Rishi sat for a moment and he saw in his Trikalagya vision that they did a sastang pranams. He said, anyway, now I've uttered the curse, I don't know how to take it back. But I will also go. This Narad Muni didn't stop me from cursing you. He will also go. Mother Earth is the witness. Mother Earth is the witness. She will also go. So the lion was Haha. The cow was Earth. Bhula was the Earth. And calf was Narad Muni, and cowherd boy was Parsa Rishi. They all realized all their eternal identity. So if you go to Bahulavan, you see there's a nice thing. Before it was just a big mud puddle and filled with buffaloes and dirt, and you just be afraid to go near that water. Now the government's made nice stone wall all around and planted nice trees, and buffaloes don't go there. They made another coon somewhere for the buffaloes. And nice, very clean coon. And you see these steps on the opposite side. You go down those steps, and then underneath the steps there's a little shrine, and there's a marble plaque. And you see in the marble, the lion is there, Krishna is there playing his flute, the cow is there, the calf is there, and the cowherd is there. Very sweet little place on the banks of Bahulavan. So that forest became known as Bahulavan. And that Bahula, by Krishna's blessing, she became one of the queens of Krishna in Dwarka. I don't know which one, but they told me that she became a queen in Dwarka. Now everybody always asks what happened to Huhu. In the purport, and I believe it's 8th canto, all about Gajendra Moksha. Remember the crocodile, Motherman?
Yes.
That was who. Prabhupada explains he was a Gandharvani who we got cursed to become an animal on the trip. He became the Motherman. So, anyway, it's getting late. We'll put our voice to rest here, but first we'll have a one. Anyway, let's see if anybody has any questions. And I'll try to give answer to those questions, and then we'll do some nice in the night. Announcing. No questions?
Right, sir. Can I know or have a little elaboration on what is the difference in Bhakti and Vraja Bhakti? Just to
Oh, Raja Bhakti, that Lord Chaitanya came to give, because Raja Bhakti is very special. Because ordinarily, we worship Lord Vishnu, especially with all over South India, we see Lord Vishnu is there. And with great awe and reverence, just like we went to see Balaji. Great awe and reverence, worship is going on. But in Braj, there's a special ras. Because there's two Mayas. One is Mahamaya, one is Yoga. Mahamaya takes us away to the point we write books that God is a nonsense. Bhagwan Bhakti Bhakti. And Yoga Maya, she brings us closer. Now this awe and reverence is not as sweet. Just like there was one gentleman in England, I just forgot his name. He was a great lord in England. So somebody came to meet him. The secretary says, no, he's busy right now. You sit here and wait. And he waited and waited. He said, can I see him? He said, no, he's busy. He said, I've been sitting here for a half hour. So he just stormed into the room. Here's this big lord. He had his grandchild on his back, and he's running around like a horse. He's a big lord. So many important people coming to see him, but he's playing with his grandchild. Like that. So, there's a special sweetness in Braj. Sometimes Krishna, the cowboy, is defeating, so they get to climb on his back. So if you climb on the back with someone, you don't make it. First of all, that if somebody came here tried to climb on the back of Gopi Bala, you all hit him with a stick. And if it's climbing on the back, means the feet will touch the body of the Lord. But the cowboys, Krishna loves that sweetness so much. This Yoga Maya brings them so close, they forget all this awe and reverence. They just love Krishna because he's so wonderful. Prabhupada said, the Brajavasis, they don't know Krishna is God. If you go to Braj, you will see, you go to any village, for them, Bhagwan is Ram. Jai Shri Ram!
Jai Shri Ram!
You go in the village, they say, oh Ram Ram Ji, Ram Ram Bhai, Bhagwan to Ram hai. Krishna Hamara Lala hai. So that is Brajava.
thank you.
Very, very special.
Anybody has any questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanavad Pranam. Thank you so much for your association. My question, Prabhuji, is that when sadhus like your base visit us, we are really charged up. And when our Prabhuji gives on Sundays, we are really into devotion and the charging is very high. But as we go back to work, so many material attractions pull down. So can you tell a few words so that I remember for a few months and I keep my batteries up, that I can keep my Krishna consciousness.
Just like your mobile phone, it never stays charged. You always have to keep charging, keep charging. The same way, we have to keep ourselves always in association with Vaishnavas. It's very difficult working out in the material world, but one time, one of the devotees said, oh Prabhupada, my job is Maya. He said, by your job, you're giving donation to the temple, and the temple is preaching. Your job is Krishna consciousness, not Maya. He said, even your ordinary work, even your ordinary business, that becomes yoga. Because you're using, Krishna says that you don't You don't own the phal, that belongs to me. So, with the results of your work, you're making nice offerings to Krishna, you're making nice offerings to devotees can distribute books, you're making nice offerings so devotees can donate books and like that, so many things. So even your ordinary work or your business becomes yoga, becomes Krishna consciousness. You just keep this in mind. This is not my Krishna.
Thank you.
Just like Krishna told Arjuna, he said, he didn't tell him to stop fighting. He said, Mama Nusmara, he said, you're Kshatriya, you fight. But Mama Nusmara, just like, I forget that verse. There was one Muslim named Raskan. He wrote so many beautiful poems. So one of those, I know the translation, I can't remember the verse, it's so sweet. The ladies, if you go to Braj, you will see that nowadays you can't even imagine, Have you ever carried a pot on your head? Any of the ladies here carried a water pot on their head? No, but this is a very common sight in Braj, with sometimes 2, sometimes 3 pots, and no hands. So Raskan says the girls are walking with the pot on top of their head, and they're walking and they're talking. What happened in your house last night? I heard your saw screaming like anything. They're walking, they're talking, everything. But their mind is on the jug in the head. What did he say? But I can't something government. Government means pot. But they're walking, talking, everything with pot on their head, but their dhyan is on the jug in their head. So like that, if the girls can do it, you can do it. He writes one verse so beautiful. Manusya ho to way raskan the soul braj ho cool down ki kwar. Jo paso ho besero miro taru nitya nanda ki deno najara. Pahan ho to way giri ko ke chatra kar purandara karan. Or jo khaga ho besero miro nidikhan ni choose ka nanda. That if I have to take another birth, the Manusya ho, the way Raskan, the soul braj go cool down ki water. If I have to take another birth as a human being, then let me be a Gwal in the Braj village of We say Gwal, but in Braj they mix ours and ours in Gwar. This is the little buddy. So Braj go cool down ki water. Hashu, if I have to become an animal, then let me be a cow in the Goshala of Nanda Maharaj. Taru Nityananda ki Deno Majara. Only a cow in the Goshala of Nanda Maharaj. Pahan, if I had to become a stone, then let me rest on that hill that existed against Purandar or Indra, like an untouched Tattakar, a Purandara Kara. Tatta means umbrella, like that he lifted like an umbrella against the anger of Purandar or Indra. Or if I have to become a bird, Kag means bird, just like Guru, he's known as Kagaraj. So, Yo Kagaho, Vesero, Miro, Didik, Adadi, Dal. So we say Dal, the little branch, is Dal, and the branch is Dar. So let me be a bird on the branch of the Kadamba overlooking Kalindi. Kalindi, Didik, Adadi, Dal. Like that, Yes. Where's my mic? Send him back.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. So my question is that with Krishna, Braja Bhakti is very informal. So how can we differentiate or balance between being informal with Krishna and not also making offenses? Like being free with him, but also having that distance of not making any offenses.
Now we just have to follow our sadhana. That's a very reality of the stage. We should never become free with Krishna. We should always take him very seriously. Someday, after 50 million lifetimes, maybe we'll learn something. We have to do all those things. But unless we have that attitude, then the Krishna Lila is not going to come at all. If we have that attitude, it will come tomorrow. So we always keep very humble attitudes. It's like Bhaktisiddhanta said, I don't want to stay in Radha. I want to stay close by Radha, so I can offer my respect. Keep Radha on my head. So we have to perform our devotional service very humbly. And never, as soon as we think that we're a big devotee, that we're just putting our chin up, so Maya can come with her combat boots and give us a big kick. One time, Bhavananda told me this story. He was in Boston. And Prabhupada went to Boston. So Bhavananda, he was serving Prabhupada, so he came from New York. He was president of New York, so he came to Boston. And after he used to give Prabhupada a massage. So Prabhupada came back, and he looked at Bhavananda. He said, all my disciples think I'm a very advanced devotee. He looked at Bhavananda. He said, but I'm always praying to Krishna. Please don't let me fall into Maya. I'm always praying to Krishna. Please don't let me fall into Maya. He was standing at the end of the bed. He fell over the bed, rolled over, in complete control of his senses. He went to sleep. But the point is, Prabhupada said, I'm always praying to Krishna, please don't let me fall into Maya. So we're thinking, I'm a great devotee, I distribute so many books, I collect so much, I give such a big donation. But a pure devotee, he's always praying Krishna, please don't let me fall. Sometimes the devotees come, oh Prabhu, when I was president, oh Prabhu, it's so difficult, I'm going to go back, I can't stay in the ashram anymore, it's so difficult, this, that. And I say, oh, every reason you gave is a reason to stay. If you said, oh, I see Krishna everywhere, I think, go wherever you want, chant Hare Krishna. Respect the Chakandi. As long as you're telling it's difficult, then you stay here. Just like you don't get healthy and then go into the hospital. We go to the hospital to get healthy. So you won't find healthy people in the hospital, they're all diseased, but they're getting better. So like that, we have to be very humble and never think of ourselves on that level like gopis or covered with freedom. Anyway, it's late, so we have to get all the way back to Batalanuka. So anyway, we'll do 5 minutes of nice kirtan. You're all tired of sitting now, so you can stand up. Dancing kirtan. This is the theme song of Raj. And you won't find the words anywhere because the words are only in the hearts of the Brijvasis. So we have a heavy mridangam, we need a heavy mridangam. Okay. Jai Jai Radhe, Jai Jai Shyam, Jai Jai Shri Vrindavan, Jai Jai Radhe, Jai Jai Shyam, Jai Jai Shri Vrindavan, Jai Jai Radhe, Jai Jai Shyam, Jai Jai Shri Vrindavan, Jai Jai Radhe, Jai Jai Shyam, Jai Jai Shri Vrindavan, Jai Jai Radhe, Jai Jai Shyam, Jai Jai Shri Vrindavan, Jai Jai Radhe, Jai Jai Jai
Hare Krishna. Let us thank His Grace Dinabandhu Prabhu for choosing to come here and give his association to all of us, practically taking our consciousness to Vrindavan. So I have a request to Prabhuji now. Everybody listen attentively. You all have to look at Prabhuji. Prabhuji is coming from Raj. And whosoever he is going to look, your face will appear to him. He is going to bless all of you. Srila Prabhupada ki Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Jalad raat rahi hai. Kiranyakash upor vaksha Shila Ganga Nakhala
Yato yato yami bhato Narasimha. Bahe Narasimha, Hridaye Narasimha. Narasimha Manim Sharanam Prapade. Sharanam Prapade. Tavadar Kamaravale Natham Adbhuta Shringaram Dadita Hiranyakashipu Tanubhingam Keshavadhita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare.
नमो विष्णुपाद परमहंस प्रवचकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सरस्वती। नमो विष्णुपाद परमहंस प्रवचकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सरस्वती ठाकुर महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। नमो विष्णुपाद परमहंस प्रवचकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। संस्थापकाचार्य श्रील प्रभुपाद की नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से बोलो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। जय श्री गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन धाम की ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की पुरुषोत्तम से श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की द्वारकापुरी धाम की मथुरा धाम की गंगे माई की जमुने माई की भक्ति देवी की श्रीमती तुलसी महारानी की श्याम वेद गौर भक्तवृंद की पतित पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की all glories to assembled devotees Hare Krishna all glories to assembled devotees Hare Krishna all glories to assembled devotees Hare Krishna all glories to Guru Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की
महाप्रसाद है
महाप्रसादे गोविंदे
नमो ब्राह्मणे
वैष्णवे स्वअल्पपुण्यमतं राजन् विश्वासनेव जायते
Hare Krishna, the Prashadam is in the terrace. Please take the staircase.
जडेन्द्रियताय
Elder Vaishnavas can take the lift to the third floor.
जीवे
If
तेरे
you're not able to climb, there will be some sevak who will come and give you prasad.
तारामज्जाजिवाति
लोभ माया सुदुर्मति
लोभो माया सुधर्मति
ताके जिताकट संसारे
आके जटाकटन संसारे